We're live, man. Back on LFCTV. Yo, I'm tired of saying this. I'm tired of saying that this is a big one. But for us, this is a big one.
I'm telling you, yeah, big games for us used to be Man City, Man United. We're walking into the Sheffield game saying this is a big one.
I walk into Sheffield, bro. I walk into the Southampton game like, yo, we need this. We need this. So we really need this. And because of that, I just couldn't even do it by myself, man. I needed some energy. I hit out my guy, and listen, I'm so grateful that the one and only, the official Saif come through for me. Thank you very much, bro. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on. We're a family. Family. I reached out to you. You was real calm, and thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you. Welcome, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
How you doing, bro? How's things, man?
I'm good, man. Could be better. This time last year, Liverpool were flying. Everything had a golden line. Everything had a silver lining. Sorry, innit? This year it's just a little bit different. No matter what happens, the results just pop into your head, and you're like, oh, when is this gonna change, man?
I was talking to my brethren, yeah. Because I'm a northwest guy. So 95 of the people in which my brethren are all Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Before I even get into that, guys, sorry. Apologies. I'm just so gassed to have Saif on my channel and to go into this that I'm just all over the place in it. Please subscribe, like, get in the comments. We're gonna go through our predicted lineups and scores. I would love to hear from you. Know what you lot think. Neutrals, rivals, get involved. Yeah, man. So he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, listen. At the end of the day, like, no shade. You lot have been great, but you've been dealing with this mediocrity for some time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing, innit? Do you know what I mean? Just go in there. I said, yeah, but bro, last year, my team was the best team in the world. You know, like, I used to just throw things out there just to see, like, litmus tests. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if we really wanted to, we could win the Champions League next year. And people would be quiet. People,
yeah.
I was like, raw. You know, like Mbappe, like, really and truly, Mbappe should be coming here, like, and people just be like, I'm like, yo. And now, oh, brother, it is peak.
Different question, man.
It is peak. Even, you know what? It hurt my heart when I seen Klopp, and then the other day when I seen the interview with Mane, and he was like, yeah, man, like, we have to concede this, man. I was like,
but honestly, yeah, enough to make a grown man cry, literally.
I knew this already as well, but just seeing him say it, I was like, oh, it's too much now. I said, no, man. There's a level of truth there, man. So,
wait. How many times this season have you said to yourself, yeah, watching a game, like, all right, calm, this is the last one I'm watching. Forget the rest of the season. We'll start next year, September, or whatever.
Null and void, crew. Let's go. Null and void. Let's start the team.
Exactly.
Nah. Shout out, Man City. Listen, you know what? Like, you lot have done the thing, and it's yours, man. I can't. Yeah. We're not even gonna get into it. This is a new challenge. I'm feeling better, man. The sun's out. I don't know about you. How's it? What's it saying? The sun's out up here.
Funny, man. It's making me feel happy, bro.
I'm telling you. No, I got the little lockdown trim. There's subconscious vibes telling you that this can't last forever. Say, come on, man. This can't last forever.
We're Liverpool, bro. We're not like you're whatever won the league.
At some point, bro, we've got to bust the corner. Like, come on. And that's the thing as well with us as well. We've had a couple full starts. Do you know what I mean? Like West Ham. Actually, before that, Crystal Palace, I said, yeah, we're gone. Everyone's like, oh, they're back. Tottenham. I'm like, yo.
You got Arsenal fan friends here. All of them were telling me, oh, you lot have won the league already, blah, blah. And there's me like, yeah, 7-0 Crystal Palace, man. We've won the league, yeah. A couple games later, you're like, oh, shit, what's happening now?
This is one thing before we get into this Sheffield thing, right? There's just so much to talk about in Liverpool, man. I'm telling you, this is the one thing that I'm like, there's a lot of variables. We're not going to touch on FSG. We're not going to touch on no fans, but very, very quickly, in terms of what for me I found so like baffling, is all of this confidence chat. Like, I hear that obviously Van Dijk ain't there, but we dealt with that a long time ago, and we've had some really good results since then. I just don't understand how a team of our consistency, mentality monsters, goes from losing the unthinkable, I'm not even going to say that, to Villa, do you know what I mean, in that manner, which is like, yeah, cool. Then we pull it back to all beating 7-0, and how under Klopp, I haven't seen this type of inconsistency. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure that you thought the same. Like once we, you know what I mean, thought, oh, here we go, right, you know, we're gonna kick on, and then it's just been so inconsistent, and now people are like, oh, but they're so lacking confidence. I'm like, but if you look at the West Ham game, like that was one of the best goals I've seen this season. Like the Trent to Shaqiri. Like, how do you go? How do you go from that to being so static in front of like no movement? It just doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it don't make no sense.
Right, it's so difficult to understand, yeah, because like just being a Liverpool fan throughout the years, anytime we pick up a loss, you're like, in fact, even in the game, yeah, in that 90 minutes, we'll concede a goal and you'll be like, all right, calm, that's what we needed to get the players up. We'll wake up, score a couple of goals, it'll be our game. Just typical Liverpool, yeah? All right, calm, it didn't happen in the game, but we're like, all right, cool, we lost that game. We're going to bounce back. Like the Villa game, we lost that game. All right, cool, we're going to bounce back. We did bounce back. We're like, all right, cool, we've had our little dip. We're going to keep moving. Yeah, shrug it off. Exactly what Liverpool do, mentality monsters. Don't let it drown us or nothing. Move on. And then suddenly, Crystal Palace 7-0. And then after that, it was just like, what's going on? Lose one game, lose another one, draw.
You know, like I said, yeah, it's the movement, the passing. Bobby starting to move to then do some naughtiness at the end, to then nothing. Like I don't understand how you go from that 1 week to a next week when there's just no. It's not like the next game we were piping them. Do you know what I mean? We just couldn't hit the ball. We couldn't. Bro, we just looked dismal. So I'm just like, boy. So I say that to say this. Coming into the Sheffield United game, I don't know what Liverpool we're going to see. Do you know what I mean? They've shown us both sides this season. Do you know what I mean? This could be a high-flying game, and we could be like, I could look back at this and be like, Saif, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What's there?
You never know who's going to turn up. Like, that's the thing. And, you know, it takes one player to turn up, and that's it. The whole team will be like, yeah, this guy's on it. We're going to be on it. Change the game.
So, going into going into the game, we're pretty the same, innit? I think they're 4 and 5 losses, just differently. I think they've lost 3, 1-1, and lost 1 or something like that. And we're obviously 4 on the bounce. Who do you think? I mean, Wilder was under a bit of pressure. He got some wins. Do you know what I mean? It seems to, and I think if I'm not wrong, I might look at it. He's not too far. The picture isn't as dire as it once was. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like they're not. So
we were like on single digits before, and now
it was like now it's like, whoa, you never know. Do you know what I mean? And so a win for them could propel them. Do you know what I mean? Depending on a couple of other fixtures. Obviously, a win for us. We are in the mud right now with a lot of teams. So I guess I'm just wanting to ask who's the win more important for? Being as unbiased as possible. Do you know
obviously, what I mean? Being a Liverpool fan, it's hard to push away that bias because all right, I say Liverpool, yeah, but simply because of the fact that number one, Liverpool go into this game expected to win this game. To be honest, looking at form, yeah, so it's a different story. But in a normal world, yeah, Liverpool come into this game expected to win the game, yeah. On top of all of that. Yeah, exactly. And on top of all of that, yeah, if Sheffield lose this game, it's not the end of the world because a win for them is a lot larger than a win is for us. Like a win for us is what's expected. A win for them is like, oh damn, you don't beat Liverpool. So even if they lose this game and they win the next, that next game could be the one that kind of propels them out of that relegation scrap. Yeah, right. But yeah,
it's a good point. That's a very good point. And we play devil's advocate. So what's our next game after Sheffield United?
Chelsea, man.
So
this is why, yeah, this game is so important. All right, look, we've had, you know, I don't even want to talk about it yet, but look, Leicester lost to Everton, lost to City. It's just been horrible after horrible after horrible, yeah? And now you've got bottom of the table. You're like, all right, calm, this Sheffield team there, no offense to Sheffield or whatever, but they're a dead team compared to your other Premier League team. Like Leeds could probably pull off a result against us, Crystal Palace, but Sheffield, yeah, you're like, all right, calm. This has come at a good time. Jota's coming back from injury. He started joining training and whatnot. Naby Keita should hopefully be back as well. So there we've got 2 more options. I don't think Fabinho's back and everything. And you're like, all right, calm, we're going into the Sheffield game. It's written in the stars. Naby Keita is going to come back. Jota's going to come back. Both of them going to have out-of-the-park performances. But then you look at Sheffield, yeah, and you're like, holy shit, they beat Man United. Like, how on earth did they beat Man United when Man United were having the best games of their season, yeah? And on top of all of that, it's Liverpool. So you can never expect everything to be written in the stars like that. But that's why I feel like this game's come at a good time, and I feel like it's so important.
To be honest with you, like Inshallah, I'm gonna touch wood in that. Probably like us to get slapped by Sheffield and beat Chelsea, innit?
Yeah. Typical, you know it.
But
We'll
yeah,
you know that.
Let's not. All right, so you've actually touched upon some really good points, to be fair. So let's move on to predicted lineups, man. I caught a bit of the press conference, and obviously, like you said, Fabinho isn't going to be. I don't think he's going to be. I think when we saw him, was it Fabinho? Was it the Man City game? City game.
Yeah, City game. He came back. Yeah.
Looked like he had weights on his legs, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he was fit enough for that game.
Yeah, he fully got thrown in the deep end. It was just like he was just a name that got thrown on the pitch. Like he wasn't physically there.
He's been 30. But it's CB, he's been 30, and I think that was one of the worst games I've seen him, just again because he wasn't fit. So I would like for him to really take his time, and he's needed as well. Do you know what I mean? Really needed. So let's allow the rush back thing. So that counts out Fabinho. What are you thinking? What are you saying about Naby? You think he's fit and ready to go, and we'll have a?
I feel like he's fit and ready to go. It's like basically, I know one of his friends in it, and he goes that he's been fit for quite a few weeks actually.
Exclusives.
But it's just a fact of that. It's one of them ones where Klopp's giving him extra time to kind of not just recover, not just be healthy, but be more than healthy, be more than fit kind of thing. Because it's like, all right, every time you come on, you play a good game, but then you get injured. And we can't keep having that. So we're going to give you a few extra weeks this time. Make sure you're like, not even 100%, but 110% there. And then once we feel like, all right, calm, like this guy can't get injured. Like he's been training, he's been this, he's been that. Like he just can't get injured kind of thing. Then we'll put him on. And then hopefully this is the week, innit?
So what I mean, there was some rumors in that about like him being on some special, training plan and all of that. Do you know if that is the case, or like have they really?
Yes, he was, but if I'm not wrong, he was on a special training plan for actually quite a few weeks. But he's joined the team and everything now, and he's training with the team normally. So I'm just hoping that's a good plan for us. Okay,
because Naby is needed. I never thought I'd say this, but our midfield is scarce. Like, I mean, we're scarce along the pitch with our back line as well, but our midfield is really dire when you really look at it. Like, lack of options is killing us.
Talk about luck, yeah. First, obviously, Alisson's father, yeah, that's just depressing, yeah. And then on top of that, Henderson, 12 weeks out, right in the middle, off the dirt, like we're drowning. We ain't got a float. We're trying to swim out the water, and someone throws an anchor.
Can I ask you something? Was you really that surprised?
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah. I didn't believe in Juju before this, but I fully do now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I told you. I've already said this on my channel. Please go and look at the video. I said we've been space jammed. I said someone needs to go. There is an 11-year-old. There's an 11-year-old boy or something who's got an Adidas bag with a mighty football that's bubbling under the bed somewhere. And it's all of our.
And it's taking all the magic,
bro. No, but I only said that because I think we have a real problem in terms of the overusage of our players. And I did kind of say, I didn't say it out loud. I never even really said it subconsciously, but in the back of my mind somewhere, I was like, boy, if Hendo broke now, we're finished. You know them ones there? Like, so for it to have happened, I kind of was a bit like, do you know what I mean? There's a couple players that have not seen a rest time, like Genie. Do you know what I mean? Hendo, even when Milner broke, I was like, I kind of half expected that. Like, we are on our last legs. Mane, our front three. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of players that are just playing, bro. Like,
the game, and it's like we've got midweek games now as well with Champions League, and it's mad, man.
It's mad. It's mad. Shout out Mr. Fanta. He says Klopp in, bro. I don't know what. It was never Klopp out. Believe me, bro. It's just, it's at the end of the day, I'm not a delusional fan, do you know what I mean? And there's certain things that I've said about like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, I don't really rate him as a manager, and I would rate Manchester United's title challenge a lot more if they had a better manager, and that is due to their inconsistencies. I'm just not someone that's blind, and I'm not going to say that and then look at our inconsistencies and then not pull them up. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of Klopp being in, bro, Klopp's my dad.
Never a question, man. Do you know what it is? Like, the only reason I think there's people saying Klopp out, yeah, is when we won, got to the Europa League final, then got to the Champions League final, then won the Champions League, then won the Premier League. Yeah, so we've had a mad few seasons, and obviously we've picked up a lot of fans throughout that time. And not being rude to anyone like across the world or whatever, but they're not like us. Like, we're born into the club that we support. Like, my dad threatened to kick me out at 7 years old, yeah, because I told him I don't want to support Liverpool. Like, it's one of them ones, yeah. And it's like, this is your team, nothing changes.
I
love it, big time, man. But you know, it's like, bro, Liverpool can get relegated to the Championship. I will still be there. I will still be driving down to games because that's what we are. We're loyal fans. And the thing is, I feel like across the other side of the world, they got that same culture. It's like, all right, cool. Then, yeah, that's it. So now a lot of them have become Liverpool fans because of our recent success and everything. But then they expect fast results as well. And you've got to realize this is the hardest league in the world. Like, without a doubt, the Premier League is the biggest, is Britain's biggest export or something like that as well. Like, it's a madness, yeah?
And Europeans, let's be honest. I mean, like, look at the state of the Spanish league right now with the loss of their stars. When you look at
like fourth or something as well, like that's a madness.
I'm telling you, like, when you look at the Premier League, we are really like, you know what I mean?
You say that, yeah. Like, so I got a video from the Atletico game, yeah, and to be fair, it's still like picking up views. So I got a lot of Spanish people saying, "Oh, the Premier League's rubbish because Atletico beat Liverpool in the Champions League last year."
Guys, make sure you go over to Saif's channel, please. Go subscribe, go check out that video.
Yeah, please, I really appreciate it. But all of them are commenting stuff like, "Oh, the Premier League's a joke," blah blah blah, because obviously they beat Liverpool. Yeah, Atletico are top of the league in front of Real Madrid, Barcelona, who are in a complete mess and some mad debt as well, and then they can't go and beat Chelsea. And I'm just like, come on.
Atletico never beat Liverpool. Atletico beat Adrian. Shut up. Yeah. Bruv.
Like, that was a freak situation, yeah. Like,
let's not open wounds. All right, so going into let's do this together. And we'll chop and change. I think a lot of it will be the same, but one or two may change. So in terms of our predicted lineup, let's start. You actually said something that I wanted to touch on. And I think one of the reporters touched on the press conference in terms of Alisson. Is he a shoo-in, or like, do we give him a week to kind of deal with what he's dealing with? Because like, and firstly, listen, I know I'm probably speaking on your behalf, but listen, prayers and best wishes go to the Becker family on their recent loss, man. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
Mate, I'll be honest, yeah, some things are bigger than football. I don't think his brain always mind or anything's going to be there. Players react differently though. Like, do you remember when Lampard lost his mum?
Yeah, you're right.
And he played a mad game and he scored the goal as well. So some people use it as a thing to like, kind of, I'm playing for my dad kind of prize thing. And I know, like, before I was just like, yeah, Alisson's gonna play. But then I heard he was spent like the whole of yesterday searching for flights back to Brazil to go to his dad's funeral and whatnot. But because he did get the flight, obviously you can tell like it's a very strong emotional connection that he's got with his dad, so it's gonna affect him. And in the keeper's position, you've got to be focused 90 minutes, like straight 90 minutes in added time. So you can't lapse for a second. And I think we've got Kelleher did really well. Dare I say, I'm not even going to mention Adrian, to be honest. We'll just leave that for now. But Kelleher did well last time he came on. And I feel against Sheffield, we're not concerned about too many shots against our keeper anyways. So let Alisson have his time. Let him have a break. He can't be doing with like all this extra pressure as well.
Yeah, no, I agree, to be fair. I was pretty much like you. It was just a shoe, and I was like, Alisson, and then I started to think about it, and I was like, yo, when you actually... And, like, I feel like Alisson hasn't been himself prior to this. Do you know what I mean? So to add this on top of it, I just feel like you're right. There are some things that are bigger than football. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not reading your comments that quickly. It's just because the conversation's flowing, but I've got every chance to go into it. Mr. Fanta's saying a couple of people for the future, Lumin, Mendy, the Lick. I would, mate, we need some serious reinforcements in the back. So I'd welcome all of them, believe me. In terms of how realistic that is, we'll get into that. Don't worry, we'll get into that. And I'm actually going to get into this after our predicted lineup. Black Jesus says, very poor transfer window after winning the league. Bro, we'll come back to that, and please just remind me to make sure that we pick up on that point afterwards. So yeah, cool. So that's I think we're Kelleher for goalkeeper. I think you're right. I'm gonna say fullbacks because I'm just gonna keep them the same. If you've got any, if you've got any chain, Nico or Simicast, then let me know. But I think it's probably I'm gonna keep Robertson and Trent. What are you saying for that?
I think it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I was watching a stream yesterday because someone said something very interesting. Yeah, instead of having like centre backs playing midfield and midfield playing centre back or whatever it is, yeah, why like Robertson's a very capable player of moving in different areas in the pitch, and we're lacking a lot in midfield right now. If we played a back three, yeah, and moved, I know it's a bit mad, and moved Robbo as like a centre CDM or some sort of position, because we ain't got anyone there at the moment. Fabinho's out, Henderson's out, and Thiago gets yellow cards like within the first 30 seconds of every game. So, who was that? Genie. Yeah, but my biggest problem with Genie at the moment, yeah, is I love the guy to bits, yeah, and he's had some really good games, but he's just been a bit slow
in transition
into attack. Yeah, and
no, hold that for. I'm gonna deal with. I think in terms of what you're saying. Listen, our play generally has been so stale, so predictable that there's a part of me that is mad as much as I'm thinking, you know, Saif, you're right. I'm like, you know what? Fucking go on then. Do you know what I mean? He's like, bro, he's been so stale that I'm just like,
exactly. And the thing is, yeah, I'll be honest, yeah, if you watch the games, yeah, Robertson, as much as I know he's knackered, he's been playing literally every minute of he's had like what 3 minutes off the pitch or something like that. The guy works so hard. He tries to achieve every minute in a game. He's working hard, but your only problem is if you were to move him up, what three are you going to play at the back? Because if you got Trent, then don't forget you got two new guys, and that's a bit of a risky situation because we can't put Fabinho and Hendo there. So we're gonna have to play like Kabak, Philip, or change Phillips up for Davies. So that's quite risky to do, especially if you want to like grind and get a win.
Exactly. I mean, if there was a game to do it, I'd probably say this would be the game to do it. But really, like I've already said, with Chelsea coming on, do we want to just get a confidence booster and go into that as opposed to start chopping and changing? So I mean, I hear all the suggestions, but I'd probably go with the tried and tested, especially because of how new Kabak. I mean, if those centre backs were a little bit better or a little bit like more integrated in the team, yes, but this is Kabak's like, do you know what I mean, what, third game, fourth game, or something?
Yeah.
I'd say Kabak and Phillips in the back two. What are you saying in terms of the centre back?
Well, do you know what? I was thinking like Phillips has done really well. Yeah, he's made one little mistake against Everton. Yeah, it cost us or whatever. But considering he's just been kind of thrown into that position, he's done really well. I want to see Davies though. Like I haven't really seen him in the Championship. I haven't watched his highlights to be honest. But
I have.
Like what do you make of him? Like,
I have. It's only because I have a mate who's a Preston fan, so I have that. Do you know what I mean? And he's like Nick. I'm telling, and also because I told you I live in Scotland now, so I heard all these Celtic fans talking about Ben Davies. I was like, all right, what's going on? And I just looked, you know what I mean? And I was like, he's actually not bad. And then obviously, then we got linked with him. I'm telling you, man. I think in the long run, he's actually going to be a better proposition than Kabak. The only thing
is to put him in the team
in terms of moving forward in the long run, I honestly see he's got more to his game. Just a little bit of lack of pace, and I'm hoping that he's intelligent and, you know what I mean, can counter that. I don't know with how high we like to play our, do you know what I mean, our line, if he can deal with the running behind. But in terms of ball movement, in terms of in the air, in terms of how physical he is, bro, he's.
Is it? Because I was thinking of this year, like someone actually mentioned it to me, and it's quite like smart thinking. Sheffield only recently got promoted from the Championship, yeah, and their style of football ain't gonna have developed that much over. I think they've been a year and a half or something. So their football ain't gonna have developed that much. So Davies is playing against teams that are very Sheffield style football as it is when he came from Preston. So he's not coming from like a different country where the football.
Do Sheffield still do the switching the centre backs? I don't know if I think they calmed that down from the first season. Do you remember when?
They
had everyone like,
and everyone's like, "What's this? What's this?"
I think they calmed that down now. And I don't know.
I haven't really watched many of their games.
Neither would I. Neither Vice, if I'm honest. So what you saying? What you saying? Kabak? You saying Phillips and Davies, or Kabak and Davies? What's your
Kabak definitely. I'll probably have to go Phillips just because we've seen him on the pitch and whatnot.
Also, Sheffield aren't really a ball playing team. Do you know what I mean? And like Phillips is that guy in the air. I call him.
I mean, like winning them aerial balls and that.
Shout out Drifty on Coppish. Make sure you sign up to them, man. There, it says if the game was played above head height, he'd be a monster. So yeah, shout out Phillips, man. I'd say Phillips and Kabak on the back. So then we move into a very contentious area of our team, man. Midfield. Shout out Mushu, man. Yeah, man. 151 subs already. I've got bless up everyone. That's it. Loving the content and subscribing. Please, guys, subscribe, like, comment. So yeah, man. Going back to your comment, now I can unleash you. Safe, now you can go. I didn't want to start talking DMs before centre backs.
So yeah, if I look at the midfield as a whole, yeah, the biggest problem right now is they don't seem confident to move that ball forward. The passes are slow. They're holding on to the ball for a bit long, and when they do pass, it's just side to side. And what happens then is when we move out from the back, like let's just say for example Everton, yeah, they're coming at us. We managed to find a few gaps in their team and everything, but we take so long to move that ball forward that their players have had time to get back. They fill those gaps, and suddenly we're complaining that we can't get behind their back four because they've got 8 or 10 players behind the ball. Yeah. And you're like, all right, cool. Why does this keep happening? And like you were saying, it's not the hardest thing to figure out. That it's just a bit slow. Like, and we're not slow. Like, if you watch some of the goals from like last season, the season before, yeah. One second, Alisson's getting the ball shot at him. The next minute, you know, we're taking a shot on target, and you're like, flipping it.
I'm gonna leave, mate. I stop it, mate. Someone, the way in which, listen,
I'm talking about history. That's it,
bro. Do you know how hard? Do you know how it hurts me when people are like, oh my god, Manchester United are the best counter-attacking team?
No.
Bro, we showed them that.
Forget that. Do you remember Salah? Do you remember Alisson and Salah's link up against Man United? But Alisson, oh my god! And then that, what was it? Alisson played it out to Van Dijk. Van Dijk's ball down the middle. I forgot who that was against.
Bro, I'm telling you, we had some of the even when we had Fabinho in the we'd be looking like Pigo, but just thinking, it was just. We used to spend very little time on the ball. Do you know? We used to move the ball, and now it's like this is why one thing, and I do definitely rate you for saying that. I agree. I think that you're hard pressed to find anyone in the league who is harder to get the ball off than Ronaldo. Honestly, I don't think you can get the ball. But sometimes I feel like he relies on that too much. Like he's hold a man off, the pass is there, and he still wants to do hold off and or pass it there, and the transition with him in the 6 is very slow. But without Henderson and without Fabinho, when he has the ball, I feel calm. Do you know what I mean? Like it's difficult. Even on a fast break, how the hell are we on a fast break and they still have enough time to get 8 man back?
Exactly. And the pace on our team, yeah, some of the players is ridiculous. Like when Salah hits full speed, yeah, bro, it's hard for the cameraman to keep up with him.
Bruv. Black Jesus says, similar cockiness to Wenger, thinking the players that won it last season are good enough to repeat. Oh, trust me, mate. Trust me. I think we're doing a lot of rinsing. And I don't really know. Black Jesus, let me know where that cockiness. Are you saying that in terms of Klopp? I would assume so because you're saying similar cockiness to Wenger, but in actual fact, I think it's higher than Klopp, and I think Klopp would have probably had liked some resources, and I don't know if they were always there. But again, like I said, these are points that we'll go into a little bit later. But thanks for the comment. So with that said, Saif, who do we play at the 6, man?
If I'm going to look at that midfield, yeah, I want to get like Curtis deserves to get on that pitch, because he has improved so much over this season. Curtis. Cater to start with will be an interesting one because, like, God forbid he picks up an early injury, yeah, then that's it. It's just going to affect the whole team. But I know that guy's got the quality in him. Like, we've seen it. Do you remember that goal he scored against, was it Chelsea last season?
Chelsea. No, he's needed, bro. He's needed. This is my biggest thing with Cater. How are you at a time when you're needed so much? Do you know what I mean?
It's for me, it's like he's coming back. It's a coincidence kind of thing. Like, it's coming back. It's written in the stars because if you watch him, yeah, he is that box-to-box midfielder, quick passes, and I know he's been working. So earlier last season, why he wasn't getting game time when he was fit was because Klopp wanted to try and pierce the ball through defences, and Cater wasn't doing that. He just used to make short passes. Yeah. I know Klopp's told him work on that in training. He's been working on it a lot, and now he's capable of picking passes that he wasn't able to do before. And I feel like if he comes back, he's going to be the perfect guy. He picks the ball up, turns around, and he's straight away looking up for that straightaway pass. And yeah, we need that guy. We need that guy because Mane and Salah keep running behind defences. We just don't do to them.
So you start him?
Yeah, I'm starting. I'm getting so much. I have to start him.
See, I know, right? I'll say all of that and then be like, no, bring him on the 60th. But all right, so you're going if I'm right, you're going Jones, but who's playing the 6? I wouldn't. Are you?
So what I'll do, is play a 4-2, 4-2-1-3. Yeah, and in your 2, so a double pivot kind of thing. You have Thiago and Keita playing with each other. Thiago would drop off a little bit. Keita would be a bit more pressing. And then in front of them, you've got Curtis Jones playing there because, and I'm only saying that because I think it's when I was watching basically this tactical show and everything like a few days ago, and it's speaking about why Chelsea struggled after they won the league, why Leicester struggled after they won the league, and now why Liverpool are struggling after they've won the league. And what happens, is teams are always going to push you wide. Once you've won the league, they know these are the champions. They're going to keep trying to push you wide because when we're crossing the ball in, they've got like 8 men in the box compared to our 3 strikers.
They want that, yes. We haven't got anyone really great in the area either, so yeah, you're right.
Exactly. So what they're going to do is try to make sure we can't play through the middle. If we've got those 2 playing a bit deeper, we don't need to worry about the wing so much. If we've got Thiago and Keita there, and then in front of that Curtis Jones, who's very good at moving that ball forward quite quickly, I feel like we're going to start piercing through the middle, and that's what we've been lacking so much. And if we can do that quick enough, we will pick out gaps, and Salah will like literally obliterate teams.
All right, no, I get that. I hear that. Shout out.
Sorry.
No, I'm coming. Shout out Mushu says Mr. Fanta. He's giving me some props. It's literally it's sometimes I don't get to see all the comments as it is. And shout out One Touch. He said, did I really hear someone ask for Robbo left CB in a back 3?
I was just suggesting, you know.
This is where we are because of the lack of we've got no seasoning in our, you know what I mean? We're just trying to shake things up, because right now it is stale. Teams can see us from all 2 weeks ago, our attacks, and know what's coming. Do you know what I mean? So we were just entertaining it. Not to say that, you know what I mean, that's what we go for. We were just entertaining it. One Touch TV also says currently they are a better counter-attacking team than you right now. Mate, we talking about Brighton are a better counter-attacking team than us right now. I'm just saying it hurts. It hurts. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, man.
That's what it is, man. Come on. Right. Hearing you, I'm not gonna lie, you've kind of influenced me, to be fair. All this talk, I'm like, no, and Keita needs to be involved. I just wasn't sure if it was from the start or if bringing him in. But hearing what you're saying, one thing I want us to do is try and kill a game. Go back to that. Do you know what I mean? Like 2-0 before half time, something like that. Do you know what I mean? And we can try and take a bit of the pressure off us, especially if we're not going to have Alisson in goal. And do you know what I mean? So with that said, I'm going to start Keita, but I'm going to go with Genie in the holding, right? Only because of that, because of the fact that I do feel that in terms of ball retention, there isn't anyone better than him with the other 2. And I know our counters are slow with him, but with him as the 6, I'm going to play Keita and I'm going to play Jones. And I'm going to put Thiago on the bench. And I'm going to have, like you said, just Keita doing the box-to-box thing. Do you know what I mean? If I was there, I would be telling Genie a very quick release. As soon as you have the ball, look for Keita. Do you know what I mean?
If you've got Keita there, it's going to influence
him. Let him do. Do you know what I mean? And if we've got him holding off the ball, I think that it would just because. Come on, we're not having any problems in terms of controlling the game and possession and all of that. Do you know what I mean? We control all these games. It's what we do with it. So I would like a little bit less. It pisses me off. I shouldn't even be saying this because Genie in a 10 in Holland is a next player. But let's not. But right now I'm like, Genie, look up, find Keita, and do you know what I mean? And let them do you know what I mean? Do it. So I'll play that. I'll play a 3 of Wijnaldum, Keita, and Jones, and then take off either one or Jones or Keita in the 60th for Thiago, just do you know what I mean? Up in a more progressive 8. Boom.
Attackers,
What are we saying?
Do you know what? This whole time, I've been very supportive of our front 3. I've said, you know what they're capable of. You've got Mane, you've got Firmino, you've got Salah, You know what they can do. They've done it for like 3 seasons, 2 seasons, whatever it is in a row, Banging in goals. Salah just keeps winning medals here and there. Mane up for contention for winning these trophies and whatnot as well, But they ain't scoring goals. The thing is, we're making chances. We're having shots on target. We're having just shots in general. I can't understand why we're not scoring. Like, I'm watching games and I'm like...
Let me stop you there. before you even go on, Black Jesus says more attack-minded players needed in midfield, e.g. Hendo out for Shaq. Yeah, we definitely need more attack-minded midfield. What shots on target are you seeing, Saif? What games? What shots on target are you seeing?
Oh, sorry, I need to get that because you're right. You're right. My bad. Yeah. Shots on target. Shots. Our shot count is high.
Yeah. On target. Dismal, bro. Sorry, go on, bro. I had to just.
But the thing is, yeah, look, you watch these players, yeah, and the thing is, like, obviously, when I get depressed after a game, I just watch some highlights from last season, and I'm just like, all right, come on, like, these guys will do it eventually, yeah. Or even like when I'm hitting gym or whatever, I'm just watching the highlights to keep me motivated. And you're like, these guys can score from like anywhere if they want to. If their brain's in the right place.
Salah scoring from acute right angles with his right foot, doing all types of nastiness.
Yeah, Salah has scored goals that I ain't even seen scored before. Like, and now
Mane scored some goals. Mane, Arsenal man, one touch TV. You remember that Mane goal, innit? Yeah, like, bro.
And his one against Munich as well. What a goal, man! Where he cut back, chipped the keeper. That was cheeky. But I feel like now, like, you're just not gonna see that. You're just not, and I don't know why. It's the same goddamn guy on the pitch. You put him in that same position, same everything, but it just ain't gonna happen. And it's just, I just don't know why. But yeah, a lot of talk has been about Firmino. Yeah. Now, obviously, for me, Salah and Mane definitely make the starting 11 without a doubt. And I feel like it's just they haven't been getting the delivery they need and everything. I just don't know if Firmino, you got Jota coming in, but I don't know if it would be the wisest thing to start Jota and stuff like that. That's what
I was gonna ask you as well. Actually, I was gonna say. Firstly, let's go with that quickly. Jota, is he fit? Has this game come a little bit too quick for him? What are you thinking?
So I was reading earlier. Yeah, Klopp said that he's back to training. He's very good, not just good, but very good.
Yeah, I did see.
He says we assess him. But we have to assess him and bring him at the right time. So I don't know what he's implying by that. I think it's one of those where he wants to bring him in as quick as he can. But we saw what happened with Fabinho when we threw him into the City game. And sometimes, like, I know it's hard and it would be perfect to bring Jota back. Who says we can't bring him on for the last 20 minutes if things aren't working or whatever? As long as we don't do that typical thing where we bring him on for like the last 2 minutes.
6 minutes.
What's he going to do?
It's not. He wouldn't do that to him. He only does that to man like Origi. He only does that to man like Origi. The Origi minute.
Also, sorry. I completely forgot that. I would like to see Origi as well, but I don't know if he makes the starting 11 with Jota coming back. I feel like Origi, he might not be technically the best. If Conroy's watching still, yeah, I know he's gonna cuss me for saying this, but I feel like Origi, he's just a guy who tries hard. And I know when I think after we won the Champions League, yeah, they were like, "Why are you staying at Liverpool?" And he goes, "I'm gonna work hard and try to make my way into the team." And I know he's that guy with the mentality. But imagine every week you play the game, like every week, yeah, you turn up to the games, whatever. You've been working hard in training, and when you do get brought on, you get brought on with like 2-3 minutes to spare, and you don't make a difference, and you go home that day. How are you gonna feel?
I know, I get it. I totally get it. Listen, like I said, shout out to Coppish man. I feel very much like Drifty does in terms of the way in which Origi has been misused. And I'm just gonna quickly, One Touch TV. You man are suffering from rinsing your starting 11. You mugged off man like Shaq, Ox, and Origi, and now you man are all saying they're wash. You man made them wash. You were happy to sign all of them. All right, very, very quickly before I carry on with my point, 2 of those 3 aren't our fault. Shaq and Ox have been detrimentally injured for some time. Ox, you sold us a dud. Shut your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal man talking nonsense, bro. You knew that he was done out. If you look at Ox's injury record, it is awful. And I don't think that's all our fault, to be fair. I think Ox has given us what he could when he can. And Shaq as well, especially last season. There was times when we really needed Shaq and he was just not there. So that's not all our fault. And Origi, yeah, we're discussing that now. No, I 100% agree with you. Footballers, some people forget that footballers are human beings. Do you know what I mean? Shout out Conroy, big yourself up, man. Footballers are human beings, and I don't know how you yourself would deal with that at work. Do you know what I mean? If you were getting mugged off by your manager like that, or do you know what I mean? Let alone playing football, I do totally understand. I watch a lot of little things outside of Liverpool and that. And do you remember? Did you ever catch that? It was like a Saturday socials thing with Firmino and. Who was it? It was Roberto Firmino. Was it Fabinho. No, it wasn't because they said someone, but it was Firmino and Alisson. Firmino and
the thing that used to come on YouTube.
Yeah, and they were doing a little like trying to name the squad members.
Yeah.
And Origi came up, and I think the description they said was lazy, and Alisson got it quickly. He was like, oh, Origi, and that I remember that, and I was laughing. I was like, oh, that stuck with me. That stuck with me. Do you know what I mean? Because
I haven't really thought of that much, but.
You know what I'm talking about, and you can go back.
I remember they said it, and then they started laughing about it.
And then we moved on very quickly. But I always stuck with me, and I thought, "Fuck, man! Like if that's how it looks sometimes in your performances. So if that's how it's coming off in training for them to be able to like banter with you, then maybe it is the time that we need to go. But again, like I said, I don't blame it all on Origi because you can't be bringing on a man that scored the importance of goals that we've had. To then be bringing him on for 3 minutes and 4 minutes and certain things like that, it's ridiculous. Even a game like this, I'm not even going to lie, right? I wouldn't mind seeing Origi down the middle, like you said. I'm going to be very honest with you, bro. I spent a lot of money putting Mane on the back of my shirts, bro. Mane is my guy.
He's sick. He's so old. But
he's not been really doing it. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's been informed the whole of this season, if I'm honest with you, bro. If I'm honest with you.
Definitely. Wait, tell me, is it me, Is it me, or does it look like this guy's more interested in falling over than taking on his players?
Oh, I said this to you last night off air. I said, bro, when was the last time we saw Mane actually beat his man? Like, because he's cold. I don't care what anyone says. Man like Holgate cannot be holding you. Like, you know them ones there? Like, you are cold. Like,
bro, and the thing is, for his size, he's got so much strength, people can't push him over, they can't slide tackle him, they can't do nothing. When this guy's on it, he is on it. Like, he will run through anyone on his day, but it just seems like he's just looking at them like a brick wall, and he just doesn't believe he's gonna break through it.
Shout out One Touch TV saying Salah, Firmino, and Mane are BTEC MCN. They were sick, but once them man aren't scoring, you man have been found out. Don't start Jota, don't risk him from the start. MCN are, you know, like there's some things, right, in life that like you can't par a man with by saying they're a BTEC of. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was rapping, you're like, you're a BTEC Jay-Z, but that's a compliment, bro. You know them ones there? Like I'm good enough for you to have thought that man was, bro, a BTEC MCN in their prime, bro. Like, I'll take that, bro. Do you know them ones there? Because they done enough. They got us the BTEC MSN got us Champions League and Premier League and World Cup.
They made just the M&S look average as well when they came to Anfield. So
exactly. I was even gonna say, you know, them man there trying to do pictures with Anfield. Well, we sent them packing, so trust me. But I mean, with all the jokes aside, there is a definite overusage and a staleness that's coming with our front three. So I mean, I would say personally, I wouldn't start Jota. I would probably bring Jota in. Unlike Keita, I would probably bring Jota in the last stages if we needed him. But I would start Origi. That's just me. I think Firmino, I'm just really sick of the lack of goal threat that Firmino brings, and I don't even think he's doing the link-up play that he once did as well as he did. Before I go into your front three, I don't care if I scored that many big goals for you, man. You got to give man a run of at least 3 games. Come on, man. That's at One Touch TV. And bro, this is pretty much what we've been saying. We totally agree. And the way in which Origi's been doing has been dirty, and that's why I would start him in this game. But what's your front three? What would you go?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Like, it makes sense. I feel like who's stopping us from making a sub at halftime if it's not working? Like, just go for it. And the thing is, if there's a game to go for it, it's Sheffield, because we can't try against Chelsea, and then we're getting too far into the season to actually even try stuff. So I feel like right now is a good time to try that Sadio Mane, Salah, and then Origi down the middle. And the thing is, if you've got Curtis Jones playing, and or even if you say you got Gini playing and you've got Keita and Thiago behind them, he can be a lot more involved in link-up play, knowing that you've got Keita and Thiago behind him. Because I just feel like, and then it kind of eliminates the need of Firmino on that pitch kind of thing.
Number 9 shouldn't be hugging the flipping halfway line, bro. Like, You know what I mean? Like, especially
Yeah.
when we're having creativity problems, like it just doesn't make sense in it. Do you know what I mean?
You know what, like you're saying that, yeah. How many crosses? I think against Everton, we made 28 crosses or something like that, and our win percentage was like less than like 6% or something, which is ridiculous, yeah, or less than 10% or whatever it was. But how? Like, all right, so Mane's running in from the left, Salah's already on the right where Trent's crossing from, and Firmino's like near the somewhere. Who's in the box to win it?
Bro.
And Mane's running into the box, fair enough, but there's like 4 defenders in that box. How do you expect him to win it?
And
like,
the defenders are man like all Tarkowski and me, and do you know what I mean? Man that love this. Like they're
aggressive players. Like, and Ariel as well. But I feel like even if Origi doesn't perform, yeah, at least I'll watch the game. Let's just say, yeah, we start the game like that. We've started with KR, we've started with Origi as well. Even if at halftime it's 0-0, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm upset that we ain't scored a goal yet. It's frustrating me, but I'm glad that we're trying something different, because I feel like we've had that same 4-3-3, despite the injuries, subbing this player here and there or whatever. The same 4-3-3 since what, Christmas or something?
No, Wade, fam. We've had it from fam. Bro. It's and I understand where people are saying that we're getting a bit obsessed with that 4-3-3.
Yeah, like we need a change. Sorry, I just want to say, yeah, like, do you know, One Touch TV earlier, he was saying that we rinse some of our players and whatnot, yeah. But the same thing that we're saying happens to Origi, where he just gets a couple minutes. The same thing happened with Shax. And the thing is, look, I'm a big fan of all 3 of them: Shax, Origi, and who was the other one? Ox, yeah, simply because he's a very direct player. Last season, all right, it was a different season because we won it. Even the season before, we're doing really well. But when we weren't challenging the goal in games, Ox came on, not technically fantastic, doesn't fit in well with the team in terms of playing with everyone around him really well, like someone like Gini does, for example.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but he's
so direct.
Yeah.
So direct. And you're like, all right, cool. This guy's going to take shots from outside of the box. Might not be the biggest threat in the world, but it's going to change people's perspective around them. You're going to have Salah who's going to be like, all right, come, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
And Shaqiri as well. Shaqiri comes on the pitch. My guy picks out like some reverse through ball. I don't know. He set up Jota twice. One of them Jota created an assist out of, yeah. But he does these really cool things. And I feel like One Touch TV saying that a lot of Liverpool fans rinse those 3 players, yeah. You've got to realise like there's some of us that respect them as well. And I agree with you. Like, I feel like they just don't get.
No, listen. In terms of that, right? I probably am one of the people in which I know One Touch TV in it, so he's making a slight dig at me. Listen, I'm here for all the smoke in it. I rate it. Do you know what it is? I'm looking at us as it is currently, and currently, regardless of what's going on or about to happen, we're Premier League champions. So I look at, like, do you know what I mean? I look at the crop of players and the crop of people that I would like our squad. One thing is that our squad is depleted and we can't move forward with the type of squad that we have. I'm not going to hear all this sell to buy stuff, but at the same time, you can't keep everyone and then just add. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if I'm looking at it, for the injuries, and a lot of this as well is injuries, because one thing, shout out Grizz Khan, but I think I remember him saying that the best ability right now is availability, and that couldn't be truer in our team, Saif. Am I right? You know what I mean? So moving forward, it would be players like Ox, it would be the Shaqs, it would be the Matips that I want moved out, not because of anything other than the fact that they're not reliable when we need them to be. Do you know what I mean? Ox is our most progressive player, but needs about 3 or 4 games to really hit form. And then you're sitting there thinking, are you even going to get them 3 or 4 games? Because you might you know what I mean? You might tweak a hamstring or something. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not sitting here saying that Ox is a good enough, or bruv, they're levels. They are levels. Matip is top 3. I'm saying it. Matip is top 3 centre-back defenders in the league. He's just not fit enough. Do you understand? Like,
2 seasons ago, I would have massively disagreed with you, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
His game, he upped his game.
Serious. He is serious. And I think that's why a lot of people are so aggrieved, because it's like, bro, you're so sick when you're here. Do you know what I mean? So let me read out a couple of these comments real quick. One Touch TV said he was not parring us. It was just the best way to describe us. I'm like, no, I hear that. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think it was a part because they were shower in there. They were serious, man. So, Saif, mate. You're getting bigged up. Big up, Saif. I like
it.
attention to the match preview 100%. Listen, this was supposed to be 15-20 minutes, bro. We've just been vibing. I'm being very honest with you, man. Like,
exactly, man. I'm loving it.
Guy is coming back on the channel. He's gonna be a regular because do you know what I mean? And we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's be honest. And PK Blinder says, must win on Sunday. Surely we can't sink any lower, but this team has been proven me right all season. Shout out, PK Blinder. Listen, bro. Like Sam Cook says, a change gonna come, bro. A change gonna come. There's this YouTuber called Think LFCTV who wants to collaborate with you guys. Is it possible you could contact him on his channel? Would be an interesting video. Yeah, man, definitely. We're all up for collabs, man, and we'll see what he's saying, man. Shout out Hendo SCN, Saif for coming through. Going on, guys. So yeah, man, I think we're about that time. Come on, mate. Listen, I'm just gonna remind you, it's sunny, it's shining. You started this stream in a good mood. We're gonna go back to that.
You're gonna think I'm mad when I say it. You're gonna think I'm mad. But yesterday I said it, and I'm sticking with it. 3-0 Liverpool.
Gods!
You love it. You love it.
Well, I don't know where these goals are coming from, but say it in the chest, man.
I don't know where they're coming from either, but they're coming, man.
I hear that. You know what? I'm just a step down. I actually want to say 2-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I don't even think I want to even utter the words that I put on Instagram to you yesterday. Should I? No, because if it comes...
For this bit,
yeah, I'm not even going to utter it. I'm not even going to say what I said to you off air. But hopefully, everyone that plays for Sheffield now, that played for us before, make sure that they keep themselves cool and they don't...
They remember who their parent club was, innit?
Yeah, exactly that. You know what I mean? Exactly that. Let me just... That's what I'm going to say. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Even if we won 2-0, even if we won 1-0, yeah, I'll be very happy. Number one, getting a result. Number two, considering the fact that we're playing with two, or we will definitely be playing with two centre backs that weren't even part of our squad at the beginning of this season. Yeah, in fact, both Nat Phillips he was part of the squad, but he just kind of got thrown into it and whatnot. But definitely not part of the first 11. If we manage to get a clean sheet, yeah, I'll be very happy because I'll be like, you know what? Everyone's been talking about defense. The problem ain't even the defense; it's the midfield and the attack. It all starts from defense. Don't get me wrong, but if we can get a clean sheet, we'll be like, all right, calm. We're comfortable at the back. Let's focus on the middle of the pitch. Let's focus up front. So I feel like whatever it is, if we keep a clean sheet, I'll be well happy.
Nah, you're right, man. Yo, Hendo, I'm up for that, bro. I'll be celebrating like honestly, 3 goals, 3 deflected goals, and Bruce.
I don't care.
Skanking, bro. I'll be skanking. So trust me. Janine LFC says my starting 11 is Allison, Trent, Kabak, Davies, Robbo. Then she's got Thiago, Keita, and Genie. I'm thinking that Genie will be the 6, and then you've got the Thiago and Keita as the 2/8s. Mane on the right. Salah up top and Jota on the left. You know what? That is not a bad shout. I think I've seen someone else say that. You know what? Big up Shannon LFC for that. I think that. To be fair, Seth's kind of it gives us a little bit of that unpredictability. Do you know what I mean? That we were talking about. So I wouldn't mind that. But again, it's just how fit Jota is coming in from the start for me. Would be a bit. You know what I mean? One Touch says, LOL, Hendo SC and Brewster own goal hat-trick. Trust me, bro. I'm here for it. And Shannon LFC says, play Jota, Salah, Mane, but Mane on the right, Jota on the left, Salah street. Listen, I'm here for that. I'm actually really, really here for that. If you could tell me that Jota's 100%, yeah, let's go for that. Yeah. I think everyone is just, we can't just play this Mane, Roberto or Robert, as them Coppish man like to call him, Robert and Salah. It's just getting a bit dry, and we need to mix things up a little bit. Hendo SCN says, is Keita fit? But I think we discussed that, and I think Keita should be making a very, very quickly before we go. Shout out Legend of Renegade. This Liverpool away kit is cold. I forgot about that one. Yeah, nah, it is, bro. Like it is. Wait, hold on. Which one are you talking about? You talking about the blue one?
I'm gonna have to Google this real quick.
Because the blue one, I'm not even gonna lie. I got the I had to get the. So obviously there's a red one, and the other one we held 7 in that. We held 7-2 in that. Remember? So I said to my missus no, and then we beat Crystal Palace in that. I said yeah, you can get
talking about that one.
Yeah, that one's cold. Yeah, that one is kind of cold still. I think it's that one still. And Channing LFC says if Jota's not fit, then Origi plays. Listen, you're pretty much saying, so you are pretty much saying exactly what we're saying, that we just need a bit of a.
Do you know what? That all comes into agreement in the sense that as long as we make some sort of change, as long as we try something different, the fans are like, you know what, we're trying, not being stubborn, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I know you got something to say, and like I said, listen, this wasn't even supposed to be that long. But it's been an absolute vibe, man.
No, I loved it, man. You're a sick guy, man.
Bro,
if you guys haven't, I'm gonna say it now. If you guys haven't, make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. By all means, man. Quickly before we get out of here, look, you man can't win the league, so fuck it. Try some new shit. You will still have enough to finish top 4. Klopp needs to stop being lazy tactically and such a bad loser too, bro. A lot of that I agree with, you know. A lot of that I agree with. I think you might have a shout again. Klopp in, he's my dad. Trust me, I love it. But tactically, I do think he is a bit lazy, and I think he's a bit like, oh, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out for that comment, One Touch, man. Big comment. And yo, smash the like, people. Like Channing LFC says, appreciate it. Please hop, skip, and a jump over to the official Saif channel because he's got serious content, man. And like I said, he will be on this channel. We're gonna be interacting because it's a vibe, man. Really enjoyed it. Saif, man, thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you so much for calling me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Come on.
Comments as well, man. Keeping it exciting.
By all means, man. Right, come on, the boys. Let's go. All right, we're out. Yeah, safe, Saif.
All right, see you.